right, 13 minutes in, the Dow Industrials are down 100, the Nasdaq's down 120, that is a 1% loss. Bob Dahl is with us. Right, Bob, with these lawsuits and probable recounts, doesn't look like we'll have an official presidential election result until December. How do you think the market would react to that kind of delay?
Well, as you probably know, the market is assuming Joe Biden's going to win and the Republicans are going to take the Senate. If it deviates from that or people begin to question that, I think the market will settle back and give up some of these big gains. But a Biden presidency and a Republican Senate, the market can live with that, where Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell will kind of have to get together and figure things out. And the market will be fine with that. And then on top of that, you've got the good employment report today on many fronts. And the fact that the earnings numbers continue to be pretty good, Stuart.
Yeah, let's switch away from politics in the market and switch towards economics and earnings for the market. As you said, that was a strong jobs report this morning. The unemployment rate cut in half since April. And I'm seeing some of these earnings reports that are particularly good. Overall, what's corporate profitability like, Bob?
Yeah, so to dwell on the employment report, you mentioned is not just the headline number, but the unemployment rate under 7%. Who would have thunk it? And, of course, the participation rate is up. You put this together as a very good report. On earnings, Stuart, the third quarter, which we're still starting to wrap up, less bad than expected. Going into the quarter, consensus was that earnings would be down 23%. And it looks like they're going to be about 10 points better than that. That's an amazing delta. Corporations are doing a great job controlling their costs and finding places to grow their top line. Now, I know there's some industries that are still, deep recession, borderline depression, but there are other parts of the market, home building, parts of technology, lots of healthcare that are doing very well and have a COVID tailwind, if you will.
If it remains true that the Republicans keep the Senate, regardless of the White House, if that stays constant and the Fed keeps printing money, do you see the stock market holding on to its current gains and maybe moving higher?
Yeah, I think, look, we had a huge week, and we got to digest that. I know last week was not so good, so it was a bit of a reversal. But I'm still of the view that the September, I'm going to call it blow off to that almost 3,600 on the S&P, might be the high for the year. I don't see big declines, but I think we've got to digest this and recognize that we still have issues in the economy. We still have COVID cases moving up a significant amount. We're not out of the woods on all these things, but we could have a decent political climate next year.
Okay. Bob Dahl, thanks for joining us on an important day. Always appreciated, sir. See you again soon.
Ditto, sir. Thank you.